and we were talking about this too, like the correlation between people in hardcore now are kind of coming over to jiu-jitsu or like metal and stuff like that. And there's quite a few uh people that are starting their journey or even, are black belts and stuff like that. You mentioned you had a list. What are some of the people that people might not know that do jiu-jitsu within the music scene?
Yeah, so as we were chatting offline before we hit record, like there's this weird little pocket of like crossover with specifically metal and hardcore bands and some kind of punk rock stuff and jujitsu at some like really high level. And I'm fascinated with it because I am like a living, you know, example of it, right? And I want to find out why that exists. And so I'm kind of I'm starting to think about this project where I might try and go around and interview people and figure out like why there's this weird little synergy within metal and hardcore and jiu-jitsu. But yeah, I've got a list of people, and some of the people on this list are like people I know personally. Others I just know are jiu-jitsu athletes but also musicians. So Harley Flanagan of Cro-Mags is a black belt.
Yep, yeah,
I don't know him, but kind of have a potential in with some of those crew.
yeah,
Zoltan Bathory from Five Finger Death Punch is a black belt as well in both jiu-jitsu and judo, and he posts a ton of
yeah.
content on his socials too, which is really
Both of
cool.
them are big tied into Matt Wallstrom of Epic Roll. I think they all kind
Yeah,
of bought into Epic Roll,
yeah, that
which I've
makes
actually chatted with too.
nice. Yeah, so I don't know him super well, but like we kind of like worked together on some various projects. Got Matt Heafy from Trivium, just I think
Just
got his
got his
black
black
belt
belt.
recently.
Yep.
Maynard from Tool is a brown belt, I believe, and he owns. So he lives out like Sedona area, kind of a couple hours from me. And there's not a lot out there; it's like smaller towns, but I believe he owns the gym that's in that kind of group of towns. I think it's Cottonwood, Arizona, maybe. So he co-owns that with another instructor. Got Billy Biohazard is a black belt, and he's a good friend of my instructor AJ. You mentioned Ryan Morgan of Misery Signals.
Yep.
He's a good buddy of mine. I got to train with him last year on one of the tours I was at. Dropped in at his spot in Boise, in Idaho. One of my old booking agents, his name's Marco Waltzel. He's over in Germany. He's a black belt as well. Like competes in worlds and stuff over there. There's a bunch of other dudes and girls on here too that are like not so specific in music that I'd love to hit, but um, Andy and Jeeves from the band Crown the Empire are
Hmm.
some of the guys I was training with on the tour last year as well. So they're like fully into it. There's a newer band called Dying Wish, and their guitar player Pedro trains. I believe he's a blue belt. We got connected through like a mutual friend, and unfortunately haven't gotten to roll yet. But like,
Hmm.
yeah, that was like another person I've been trying to connect with. But yeah, there's a ton. Demi Lovato. I don't
Yeah.
know if she still is training, but she got
She
a
is a hardcore kid too, believe it or not.
well, yeah, she came to a Bring Me show. She came to see us at Warp Tour 2010, I think it was, maybe in Ventura or somewhere in California. I remember coming off stage like sweaty, disgusting, just played like the hottest summer Warp Tour show ever. And this dude's back there, and he comes up and he's like, "I'm Demi Lovato's production assistant. I'm just wondering, is it okay if she comes and says hi to the band?" And we're like, okay, cool. So there's a photo floating around of like me, Ollie, the singer of Bring Me, and I think Matt, the drummer, and Demi Lovato all hanging out.